and turn to him with all your might. That's what we need to be running after. Verse 15, trustworthy is the word and worthy of all acceptance. That Messiah Yahshua came into the world to save sinners. And Paul said, of whom I am foremost. In other words, what he was saying was, I'm the worst sinner on the block. Come on, I got a thorn in my flesh and it look like it won't come out. He said, my grace is, the way I'm influencing you, Shaul, that's sufficient for you. Just let me keep influencing you. Hallelujah. But let me tell you something, my brothers and sisters. He is the one that's bringing us through, because when he came, the Messiah came, he came to save sinners. And Paul said, I was the worst one. Shaul, why would you consider yourself to be the worst sinner? Well, I went against the Messiah himself. Because I persecuted the church. I killed people. I held the coats of people to kill people. Not only that, but I beat them. I locked them up. I separated families. I did some evil stuff. I blasphemed against the Father and Son and the Ruach HaKodesh. I was a bad boy, thinking I was doing right, but I was ignorant to the core. Anybody else fit that bill beside me? Yes, sir. Yeah. I was there. See, I'm the one who slammed the doors in Jehovah's Witnesses' faces. I slammed the door in Mormons' faces. I slammed the door on Christians. I cussed them out. I was the one bad-mouthing people, living a sinful life. I was one of those people. And the Father had me already commissioned to work in his vineyard. And I didn't know it. Why do I shout like I shout? I can tell you now. Yes, indeed. He saved me. Hallelujah. He saved me. But because of this is what we're going to stop at, y'all. But because of this, I received compassion. Yep. Come on, somebody. Yeah. So that in me first, Yahshua the Messiah might display all patience as an example to those who are going to believe on him for everlasting life. Hallelujah. He displayed himself in me. Can you imagine the people that I went to preach to that remembered me from what I used to do? But they got to look at me now as a brother. Because I'm with them and not against them. Whoo! Hallelujah. Yes, when you can walk in front of people now and say, praise Almighty Yah, and mean it from your heart. Hallelujah. When you can stand up and say, I'm now a soldier in the army of Almighty Yah. Hallelujah. When I used to be a cusser, now I'm a praise creature. Hallelujah. When I used to get drunk off of liquor, now I'm getting drunk in the spirit. Hallelujah. I used to get high on drugs, but now I'm getting high in the word. Hallelujah. Don't mind me when I get to yelling. Don't mind me when I get to dancing and clapping and stomping my feet. But I know from whence I came. Hallelujah. And I know from where I'm going. I'm now headed to the kingdom. I'm headed to the promised land. And whosoever will, let us go. Hallelujah. There was a woman in the scriptures that loved him dearly. But she knew where the Messiah found her. She knew what she was doing. But when the Messiah found her and caused her to live, she knew what she owed him. Somebody else in here beside me owed him a praise. She went into her room and got a very precious box of spikenard. And it's still expensive till this day. One of the sweetest aromas you can ever smell is spikenard. And she earned that. That was trinkets of her whoredoms. But she took that whole bottle and broke it open and poured it all up on him. And when she poured it all up on him, somebody jumped up. What's wrong with that woman? Don't she know we could have sold that oil and gave the money to feed the poor? The Messiah said, the poor are going to be with you always. But that woman had worked a great work in that she had provided my body. She had prepared my body for its burial. Hallelujah. So whenever you preach this good news, tell somebody about that woman to make it a memorial unto her. Father in heaven, I've done what you called me to do. I've spoken your word to your people, and I've told them about that woman. Now whosoever will and need prayer, I admonish you to come. Whosoever will, come forth.